Hello and welcome to this Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video brought to you by Darth Solo aka Charlie C. In today's video we will be taking an in-depth view of the bounty hunter IG88. IG88 is an assassin droid bounty hunter, one of the 5 current original bounty hunters in-game. He can be farmed through Arena Store and is therefore an easy farm. He can also be farmed through packs like this Clones and Droid pack, but not worth it in my opinion. Here's the tags Droid, Bounty Hunter and Scoundrel. Now then, before we begin looking at his character, let's look at some history of the Bounty Hunter. IG88 first came into our lives in Episode 5 after the Battle of Hoth, when Darth Vader gave IG88, amongst other renowned bounty hunters, the mission to take down Han Solo. IG88 followed Bounty Hunter Boba Fett and all the way to Cloud City when Boba Fett found out he was followed and destroyed him. As we also know, Boba Fett was the one who collected the bounty on Han Solo. Prior to this, IG88's history is little known. We all know that he is a dual-wielding assassin droid, but what else is there to know? Well, created in secret by Hollow One Industries, the IG series assassin droids were to become infamous in the underworld of the newly born Empire. Being a prototype, IG88 knew from his first moment activated that he was a killer and wanted to breathe free and went rogue from day one. He cooperated with other IG assassin droids like the IG86 series. He cooperated with other bounty hunters and scoundrels like Hondo Ohnaka, and had bounties on infamous characters like Sabine Wren and Leia. But enough about IG88's history and onto the character in-game. Here you see my IG88, who is at gear level 10, and I have maxed all his abilities apart from his Zeta, which is my next Zeta. In my opinion, I love IG88's abilities and damage output, but his health is very low. To start off with, let's look at his payout. Basically, it reads as follows. For the rest of the battle, IG88's critical hits to enemies reduce their tenacity by 10% stacking. Hit attacks ignore 50% of defense on target locked enemies and has 25% offense if there is an enemy with target lock. I like this payout because of the extra damage boost you get and ignoring of defense, as well as the target lock, which is all about IG88. Moving on, we've got his unique, which is his Zeta, which I'm currently working forwards. IG88 has 45% critical damage and receives 50% health whenever he damages a target locked enemy. In addition, he has plus 20% offense for each debuffed enemy and plus 50% evasion against target locked enemies. While IG88 is active, target locked enemies cannot recover health or protection, and that alone makes it just so much better. And the fact that they can't recover health or protection will help in the long run and will help all the characters on your side, because an enemy who can't heal helps a lot, because a lot of the enemies heal over time, either under, for example, Limnara Elite or the Night Sisters. Lots of teams rely on health, and with the target locked healing immunity, which IG88 has on his Zeta, makes it a lot easier to win these battles. Onto the leadership ability, which is Resourceful Pursuer. All allies have 20% critical chance to inflict a damage over time, effect whenever they score a critical hit. And when his contract is that you have to hit a critical hit against debuffed enemies 10 times, and then all bounty hunters gain 25% offense and potency for the rest of their battles. This is a rather okay leadership. I think its best use is in the ally slot under a Vader lead or vice versa, because with the Vader the damage over times don't disappear, and with IG88 you get a damage over time for critical hits. So I feel this is a good duo together. His special ability Rapid Fire is something I really love using. Near enough every single enemy gets a debuff with this, but it reads as follows. deal physical damage to all enemies with a 55% chance to inflict ability block to 1 turn, and a 60% chance to inflict for 2, and a 50% chance to inflict defense down for 2 turns. If a enemy is critical hit, inflict target lock for 3 turns. This cooldown has a 4-turn cooldown, so it's not the quickest of AoEs, but with the fact that you get 3 different debuffs shared out, it's a very good ability and I love it. His basic is Mortal Wound, which deals physical damage to a target enemy with a 60% chance of inflicting healing immunity for 2 turns. The damage on this weapon is high, and with the healing immunity and the Zeta, healers become ineffective. Overall, I love IG88. He has a high damage giver and gives debuffs on both basic and special. His downside, which hurts him a lot, is his durability is super low. On that account, he's the bounty hunter I will be swapping out for Bosk when my boss becomes good enough. And it also puts him in 6th place when it comes to my bounty hunter ranking. IG88 is one of the quickest thinking bounty hunters, seeing as his android brain could analyse and review hundreds of scenarios in the blink of an eye, and therefore has an advantage in many situations, hence the debuff spree. I like the character in game, and only thing I would change is his health pool. Thank you for listening, I hope you enjoyed, and this is a picture of IG88's ship, the IG2000, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Not many people knew this, so fun fact for you. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.